I'm Mel Stewart, and this is SwimSwam Podcast. Joining me today, we have two-time Olympian, two-time Olympic medalist, and Speedo athlete, Hali Flickinger. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I haven't talked to you in a long time, and you're coming off of an early World Championships last summer, gold and silver. And my understanding is you've kind of been on a long break.
Longest that I've ever taken.
How long?
2.5 months.
But you've taken a break, but you haven't been. It's not like you're taking it easy. You've been up to something. You've been working at something. What are you doing?
Yes. So a lot of people don't know, but I've had my real estate license for 5 years. I had it in Georgia. I had it here in Arizona since I moved out here 3 years ago, but I just had it sit. I didn't really do anything with it. Well, during those 2.5 months, I actually wasn't just sitting around. I am now working with a company, and I went through their month and a half training program, and yeah, I'm out here selling the dream in Arizona, and I'm loving it.
This is recorded, so it's airing a few days later. But before we hit record, I was like, "What's going on?" And you're like, "I have to do what this afternoon?"
I have 3 showings with one of my clients right after this.
So. Wow, I wonder who is actively among the best athletes on the planet, and I don't think that anybody's actually competing and that fast. Competing and working a career. I mean, it sounds like you're deep into this.
Yeah, I am. It's a lot. I'm trying to find the right balance, and each week seems to be getting better for me in terms of just balancing it all. I haven't been in the water very long, so each week is getting better and better. And each week with real estate, I'm learning more and more, and I hope I'm getting better and better. But I'm so new to it, so we'll see what happens.
Well, let's take a step back, because it seems like you took a break, and while you took a break, a lot's been happening with the program where you're training. Mm-hmm. It seems like they've transformed. Do you want to put it in your words? Or what? I have my opinions.
No, I love Arizona, and I'm glad that everyone's able to come and experience why I love it here so much. My husband and I plan to live here long term. So everyone who's coming out here, I hope they enjoy it as much as I do. So yeah, and the group is amazing. I love training with the college team so much. They're absolutely amazing. So
well, there are debates as to who has the biggest pro training group on the planet right now, and a lot of people think that your group might be it.
I think so now. Yeah. I mean, I came from Georgia, who had the biggest pro group at the time, and now I'm out here and we have the biggest one out here. So it seems like it's just a thing, we like to work hard. So
everyone's following you. That's what's going on.
What a trendsetter I am, right?
That's all right. That works. That's all right. So just catch us up in terms of, I understand you're managing work-life balance because of your career in real estate, but what has it been like getting back in? How far are you into the process?
I'm not gonna lie, it hasn't been easy. Taking 2.5 months off, I've never done that. The longest I was out was in 2017 when I had tonsil surgery, and that was a pretty long one, but not 2.5 months. So I got in the second week of September. So it's been 4, 5, I think this is my 5th week being back in. And yeah, it's been different. I definitely have a long way to go, but in terms of just needing that break, it was definitely needed.
If I talk to Bob Bowman and we have the conversation about you, he always says one thing. Do you want to guess what that one thing is?
That I'm the most overanalyzing person on this planet.
I think that's basically the same sentiment. He says, if Hali figured out how great she was, that is the only hurdle. She does the work, and he respects and appreciates people who do the work, and she's done the work, and it's just a matter of making it translate into performance. Mm-hmm. But you've been so consistent over the years. I would imagine that with your base of training, that returning would surprise you. I'd imagine you'd be surprised at how quickly you snap back. But what I'm hearing from you is like, this has been kind of tough.
I think too, it's depending on who's looking at it. For me, like my brain goes right to first day I'm back, I should be hitting the times that I did before. And that's just me. But in terms of just like, I think it's a roller coaster. That's how I'm explaining it. I have really good days. There was a day on my first week back where we were doing hundreds and I pushed a 103 100 fly long course. And then I go the next day and I'm like 20 seconds off in something that I did last year on a repeat. And so it's really a roller coaster, and I'm learning a lot just from that. And I'm learning patience for sure, patience with myself, and recognizing that like I'm not where I was just yet. And that's okay. But patience. I've got to learn that. I haven't yet.
I think what's interesting is when I see anybody who makes the choice to swim under Bowman, they're making a choice to win international medals. Mm-hmm. And there are different kinds of athletes. There are athletes who really perform well in short course at the NC2A level. And there are a very, very, very select few who can make it to the big show in net hardware. So as soon as someone makes that choice to swim with Bob, I'm always like, that tells me a whole lot about who you are. Yeah. Something that just looking from the outside in, and after having watched Bob, we're essentially the same age. I've watched him his entire career, his entire life, from being an athlete to being a coach. It's that he was hyper focused on the Olympic Games. He was hyper focused on that moment, and it's like, everything leading up to that is just. It's like, it's just preparation. I do. What I'm saying is I feel like you have some time to have bad practices.
Yeah, no, we're far enough out that I need to just take a chill pill. I haven't taken one of those my entire career. And I think it's finally time that I need to learn these things. I need to learn to be patient with myself and just not be over controlling about everything. And the way I'm training right now is definitely teaching me that.
What I love our partner Speedo, your team Speedo, and it's and I said, hey guys, October is mental health month. Is there anybody that I could talk to? And they're like, Hali, and I'm like, Hali can talk on this topic. Yeah, it's you took a break, and I feel like a lot of athletes really needed a break. I think a lot of athletes were happy if because there was a certain point there was going to be a world champs, and they would have been happy if that had been the case, because they needed to have a breather after the run up to the Olympics, the postponement of the Olympics, and then rushing into another year just felt like it was too much. What did you do for your mental health on your time off?
Like I said, I dove into a completely different career. I love to be busy. I love working hard. I love it. I love being able to push myself and to set goals. And I'm able to do that now in 2 different arenas in my life. And I think that's really special, is to be able to do it. It's not easy, and I'm learning a lot, but that's how I just did it. I maneuvered into another career.
I think I think that's good. I think that if you're when you have achieved mastery in one area, I think it's good for your brain to strive to achieve it in another area. I think it's So, that checks out for me, but I'll be more specific with my question. What have you done for fun?
For fun, well, my husband and I bought a new house in, when was it? In May, while I was at the OTC for camp. We actually bought a house, and since then on my break, I've been doing a lot of projects around here, just like renovations, stuff like that. I love interior design and just real estate in general. So that's what I did. And of course, I have 5 animals. So spending time at home with the 5 fur babies, that's enough for me. I'm such a homebody. If I can stay home, I'm good.
Dogs, 5 dogs. Let's break down the pet situation.
We have 2 dogs, 2 labs, and then 3 cats, and all range from the age of 2.5 to I think our oldest one, she's going to be 7. So.
Do your dogs, do your animals sleep with you?
The dogs are not allowed on any furniture. So they sleep on the floor, well, like on their dog beds, but the cats are allowed to be with us, and they sometimes sleep with us. I'm more of a cat person, so obviously the cats win in this household.
We're the inverse of my household. Our dogs sleep with us. Cats aren't allowed on the bed.
Really?
Dogs are, a great dog could be a pillow dog. They're loungers.
They take up too much room.
Labs are big. All right. I'm glad that you're mastering your mental health. It sounds like you've got the pet therapy going on in
for sure,
in full stereo. We're coming up on World Cup. You've got to get ready to go. You are competing. Is that correct? Is that official?
I am. Yes.
All right. Well, it's good to test your mettle in short course meters, because short course meters it's not the long pool. How do you feel about heading in? Are you going to have will Bob give you a tiny bit of rest?
I don't think so. I don't really want it. Now's not the time to rest, because I need to get back into shape. And so I just want to see where I'm at. I haven't done a World Cup since 2011, I think. So, I mean, we're just using it as training, just a training meet. I'm going to go in, swim and see where I'm at and just train through it.
It's, you're going to short course world championships, Melbourne?
Yep. And this is going to be my first short course worlds that I've ever accepted to go to. So it's very different than what I'm used to.
And I'm assuming that's going to be a shave. Are you going to shave?
Again, I don't really know. We're taking it kind of day by day. Yeah, I have not been in the water very long, so I just don't know what I'm going to be doing.
2-time Olympians with 2 Olympic medals. Maybe don't shave for short course worlds. I guess that's an option on the table. But I have a feeling Bob's going to give you some rest. He's going to allow you to see some speed in Melbourne. That's a long flight. You're going to rest just because of the flight. That's like 17 hours.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about the plan going into short course worlds. We're going to see where we are at World Cups and then just adjust from there.
All right. Do you want to make any predictions right now? You just want to drop it here publicly on SwimSwam and be like, yeah, this is what I'm going to swim. This is what I'm going to go. We won't tell anybody.
Well, I'm swimming 3 events at each. I was going to swim a full lineup, and then I found out that they only take the results for 3. So I'm just going to do 3. And then that way the last day, this is a hint. I'm not swimming the last day, so you can kind of guess where I'm going to be swimming. The last day will be a training day for me at each meet. So yeah, there's a spoiler.
All right. No, we'll take that. We'll send that to the editorial team. I have to ask you, you've been out of the water, but you're back in the water, but it's is there, what's in your Speedo bag?
Oh my gosh. It's really full right now. I think I had 2 pairs of fins in there, 1 buoy, my strap, of course. Strap's my favorite equipment. Most people would disagree. 2 pairs of paddles, snorkel, second favorite, snorkel. Recently just put a speaker in there because I swim with a little group in the mornings on Tuesday, Thursday, and I bring the speaker and the jams. So that's also in there. So it's a bit heavy at this point.
Yeah, it sounds like you got the whole world in there. I'm sitting here. I should have asked this question before we went to your Speedo bag, but it's always good to know what's in the Speedo bag. You're 28, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And you're developing a career, and Paris is coming up, and that makes a whole lot of sense. Career-wise, you're obviously on that path. Road to Paris, but the Olympic Games are going to be in Los Angeles in 2028. Are you thinking that far out?
I just actually talked to my weight coach. He is in town this week, and I was like, dang, like, I'm so jealous of anyone who gets to swim in Olympic Games on their home soil. But I did crack a joke and say, like, if I'm swimming those games, I'm swimming the 50 or the 100. That's about it. I don't know. I feel like every year it changes. I go through roller coasters, especially with my mental health and stuff. And there'll be days where I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go. And then there are other days where I'm like, I'm not going to make it to tomorrow. So it's like, it's all over the place. Obviously, it would be such an honor to be able to compete on our home soil. Like, anyone who gets to do that, like, that is going to be insane. I just don't know if it's in my cards. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
You could just, if you don't want to compete, you could just tuck into Michael's backpack
Yeah.
and be like, whatever appearances you can't do, I got Olympic medals. I'll stand in for you. And that's in my day. Have you heard of a guy named Matt Biondi?
Yep.
Okay, Matt Biondi he won 7 Olympic medals back in 1988, and he was the big star of our generation. And we were with the same representation. So when he wouldn't make an appearance, I would get to sub for him, and I would get his fee, which was much higher than my fee. I didn't have that many medals. That's what happens. You know, I did 200 fly, 400 IM. I did all that stuff. So I didn't have as many medals, but I was able to do it. So my advice is to tuck into Michael's backpack.
I'll keep that in mind.
And offer yourself as the stand-in Olympian. But,
I will.
All right. Well, look, I hope you have 3 great showings today.
Thank you.
I expect a full report back here. We're gonna have to check back in with you when you become a real estate titan.
Let's go. Taking over Arizona.
All right. Great talking to you.
You as well, Mel. Thank you.
You've been listening to the SwimSwam Podcast. Stay tuned for new episodes every week. You can take SwimSwam Podcast on the go by subscribing on your favorite podcast platform. Look for links in the description below, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos as well.